Hi, my name is P7 Years. I'm going to have some unintellectual thoughts about the current dating app system, climate, and how it's just bad. Dating in the year 2024 just seems kind of impossible, no matter your race, gender, sexual orientation. It just seems kind of like a flat wall that you just keep repeatedly running into through dating apps, and you just haven't been able to find a successful way out, at least within recent years. Anybody that I know that is currently in a relationship has already been in a long-standing relationship, or is just like a flat out 10 out of 10 and kind of just gets whatever they want in terms of looking for a relationship. At least with people within my generation, the Gen Xers, I'm 20 fucking 3. It seems near impossible to find a actual relationship through dating apps without just going at it every single day hoping something fucking works out. To go on a quick rant on Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, Plenty of Fish, Plenty of Cupid, whatever the fuck it's called. I've known both males and females, respectively, that have zero success on these apps. What I think the biggest issue with modern day dating apps is that they're dating apps, There's no real connection physically, not to say you're just gonna go out and touch somebody, but you're not going out anymore unless you're like a fucking club goer, which a lot of people just aren't. Even if you are a club goer, like a lot of people just go out, for themselves, not really looking for anything. And there is also just a lot of, stigma around, drugs and alcohol, which a lot of people just don't fuck with anymore. So it's like, besides that realm, there's no real atmosphere to find somebody other than, I guess, just being like young and dumb on like a college campus, which a lot of people can't do because, not everyone goes to college. People grow up, people graduate fucking college. So it's like, what the hell are you going to do? And a lot of other people have put it more eloquently than me, but, these third spaces or whatever the fuck they call it have just gone non-existent or have shifted to spheres outside of dating. Let's say cafes, coffee shops are not really dating spheres where you sit down and go talk to people. You go there to get coffee, do work, sit around all day. It's not really that type of sphere. If it ever was, it definitely isn't anymore, because there are definitely a lot of places you can go with a date. That's never been an issue. Go to museums. You always have dates like escape rooms for some fucking reason, but that's like always a hot shit. And people just go out, eat, clubbing. Me myself, I discovered very quickly that I hate that shit, and it's like, why do that? Because like the biggest thing I have just not like going out, but going out to the club or whatever. It's like, if I don't like it, well, it's like, why would I find a partner that does like it? At the end of the day, it's just not my thing. So yes, it's like the issue is like there's no real place to physically go out and meet somebody without just getting lucky, rather, or having somebody set you up or some shit. It's like there's nowhere to go, or at least seemingly nowhere to go. I'm not saying I know it all. I'm just saying it seems fucking impossible at this rate, man. And at least circling back to dating apps, there seems to be these weird gender roles placed on, at least male to female relationships, and it's very stupid in my opinion. Because you can go to any dating app, no matter the platform, no matter the method they're doing, it is always there's a majority of dudes on there making the first moves to talk to girls. The girls have a lot of options, knowingly or unknowingly, and I this is where I'm stuck at. Because at least coming from a very dude perspective, a lot of people that are on the app know what they want and try to find somebody that is going with what they want. Whether that's a relationship, short-term relationship, just going out somewhere, they're not really going on the dating apps to date per se, most of the time. I feel like a lot of people are going on dating apps not really to date, but to just find somebody with their own goals, and that's not always a good thing because not everybody's out there for a long-term relationship. Some people are just out there for a fling, something short-term, or just to just fuck around. It's never clear anymore why somebody's on there. At least coming from a dude's perspective, it feels like the girls aren't really on there to date. Not just like me, but like I've talked to my friends, talked to friends of friends, talked to strangers. It's like dating apps aren't working to just go on dates with people, which is like the whole purpose of the app or a app. Like you go on there, you talk a little bit, and you say, "Okay, you're cool. Let's go do something." But a lot of people go on dating apps and they find out right away if they're into you or not, and they haven't decided like a lot of people go on dating apps and they determine like as soon as like you match or whatever, like you are compatible or you're not compatible. And it's like if you aren't compatible, they're just gonna like waste your fucking time, which is kind of hilarious. But if you are compatible, it's not decided upon the date per se if this thing is gonna work out. Other people are determining that before this date even happens. And I feel like with a lot of dudes in particular, they also have made up their mind way, way, way before even like talking to somebody. And a lot of time, the date or getting to that date step, it's very set in stone. Like once you get to the actual date, in most cases, like you're not good, but like I don't want to say you're in there either, but like it's something in that spirit. Because I can understand why we're kind of here in this space. Like we're not using dating apps to date. We're using dating apps to find someone we find physically attractive and then figure it out from there. Also, since I'm just tangenting, I fucking hate Bumble, man. Like the only original idea is that women need to make the first move, which I think is conceptually good, but it's practically fucking terrible. I don't think anybody ever that I have ever talked to that has used Bumble has had at least from a dude's perspective, had a woman use like a good opening line. It's always, "Hey, what's up, hello." It's never like, "Oh, I see XY interest on your profile," or it's always just a simple hi, and it drives everybody fucking nuts. And I feel like because of that spear, it also kind of like diverts to the complete opposite end of the spectrum for dudes because they don't want that hey, they don't want that hi, they don't want that hello. So a lot of the times when it comes to making the first move, which I'm going to get into later, they're not only expected to do so, but they're expected to be unique, creative, and kind of just what's the word? Unrealistic at times, really. A lot of dudes on the first move for a girl just need to say something not outrageous, but just something bizarre they haven't heard before to get them in the door of being this potential candidate. And then once they get in the door, then it's like they just fall off the talking spear or whatever the fuck happens, and we actually manage to find XY interest in common and make a date out of that. I don't know. Also, when are guys in particular supposed to be the ones to make the first move? It doesn't make sense to me. Like if you're into somebody, just be into somebody and like message them. I'm not saying you're required to as a girl or required to as a dude to make the first move. It just always baffles me. Like this is the gender norm we are constructing upon this relationship, because it's like, why the fuck are we doing this in the first place? Like a lot of dudes are good getting into the door, but they can't maintain a conversation. They can't hold interest. They don't know what to talk about. They can't express their emotions. They can't express their thoughts towards somebody else. And more importantly, they can't listen or figure out the right method, communication to talk to somebody they haven't talked before. I feel to blame, of course you could say COVID or whatever, but like at the same time, there's a lot more pressure on males in particular to go out and find somebody, to go out and like hunt like the fucking forest to like find the love of their life or their interest or whatever they're searching for. And I feel like the whole dating spirit is just crash landing now. Like we're at rock bottom. There's nowhere to go but up, theoretically. but it's like, how? I, I don't know. I'll give a couple stat lines for me personally. Like I said, I'm 23. As in like 18, 19-year-old, I actually been on a good amount of dates, I would say. I'm not a particular outgoing person, but I would say I've been maybe 10 throughout that time, which has been a great number for me personally because I'm not that outgoing of a person. Post COVID, let's say I'm 22, I've gone on not too many actual dates, but the ones I've been on have been fun, at least for me. And one has actually landed into a relationship, which is like insane to do nowadays. And even more recently, let's say past 2024, I've been on maybe two, probably one. Ooh, I think for me, I think 2024, I've only been on one singular date, and the girl really liked me, but I was like, I was just very uncertain about, I don't know, shit, and it didn't end up working out. Either way, it's like, and not to like say I'm like a goner or a fucking loser. It's just like, since then, I've taken a break from dating apps because you're just so fucking insane. Because it's like day in, day out, I need to just kind of unmethodically just swipe on this app and hope something happens. Go on Twitter, just fucking swipe, hope something happens. Go on Bumble, I swipe, I hope something fucking happens. And then the fucking Hinge is crazy as shit. Cause I just feel unhinged. Like I just gotta get your attention. Once I get your attention, I can actually talk, figure out who you are. You can figure out who we are, then maybe something can happen. But I feel like that doesn't work. I don't know what it is. I'm just kind of lost. Anyways, those are just majority of my thoughts. Hate apps. Can't go outside to just go find the one of my life because it's like, if I like fucking manga books and fucking talking about weird internet shit, it's like, where am I gonna go? Fucking Best Buy? I don't want to go to fucking Best Buy. So like, I don't know. Here's my thoughts. I'm not really getting anywhere. I'm just kind of just venting. So yeah, cool. All right. Bye. I guess. Let me know if you want more of this. I don't care. I'm probably gonna do more of this. I don't give a shit. Anyways, bye bye.